The question is the question of, can it be better than it is now? Had we talked in the early 1940s, and I would tell you that in a few years' time, I can get into a car in Paris, drive it all the way to Berlin, without seeing a border crossing or a soldier or the checkpoint, you would have thought I am mad. Germans and French butchered each other happily for 2 world wars, had hundreds of years of blood and feud and wars between them. But now they are in the European Union. There are open borders between Germany and France. Had we talked dozens of years ago, and I would tell you that there will come a day in which British troops will no longer shoot people in the streets of Belfast, and IRA bombs won't detonate in English cities. It would have seemed to be a remote prospect. But there was the Good Friday Agreement, imperfect as it was. And now reality has changed. Why are we willing to accept that national conflicts can change everywhere in the world except Israel and Palestine? Do Israeli Jews and Arab Palestinians comprised of different human material than all people in the world? Does Israel and Palestine exist outside of history? The social dynamics that dominate every society in the world skipped over our own society, which is governed by different rules? I don't agree to this Israeli exceptionalism. I think that Jewish Israelis and Arab Palestinians are regular people, like regular people throughout the world. They can be scared into the beating of the drums of war by cynical politicians. They can turn to hope when hope is offered to them sincerely by realistic politicians that offer pragmatic solutions. And from our side, standing together, we are trying to push toward that aim. If we see the deterioration inside Israeli society, and we know with our eyes that things can develop for the worse, why do we lack the political imagination to believe that things can also develop for the better? Why is it a one-way direction? Society has changed, and people's perception change, and the way people view their own reality is changing. But it is not because of force of nature from the outside, because of the action of political actors on the ground, because of movements such as ourselves and other peace organizations. We have skin in the game, and we have agency to change it. This is what informs our optimism. Our optimism is not based on naivety. We don't just think that if we sit down, things will turn to the better because they are bound to turn to the better. If we just sit down and wait, probably things will turn for the worse. When we say where there is struggle, there is hope, this is a plan of action. If we will struggle, we can bring about hope. If we can engage with our society, convince people, inform them, agitate among them, organize them, and allow them avenues to participate for their own interest, for their own future, for their own safety and the safety of the people they hold dear, people are smart, people are clever, people are survivors everywhere in the world, and our country is not an exception, and we can rebuild this political will for peace inside our own society, along with other partners in cooperation with other organizations. And this is the ambitious thing that we set ourselves to do. We are trying to go and walk down that road. It's not an easy road, and it's sometimes met with challenges and even setbacks, but we are very much determined to do it.